zigzag trying some Hokkaido cabbage. Oh. Okay, good morning everyone. Welcome to a vlog on Hokkaido. So we're currently walking down the main street of Sapporo with the boulevard right next to me. And we're about to go take a bus tour, which will take us around the island. And we'll get to see some of the nicest sights on the island. Yeah, I really like Sapporo so far. It's got a strangely like Russian vibe with the trees. Even though I've seen that on GeoGuessr, it definitely felt different in real life. And yeah, guys, I'm just kind of interested to see what the bus tour will be like because I've almost never done anything like that in my life. But given my time here is so short, I think it's going to be the right play. The pedestrian crossings here are often quite faded from the snow damage, which is kind of interesting in my opinion. Sapporo is actually about 2 million people in population. The metro area is about the 6th biggest in Japan as far as I know. I mean, I was not expecting it to feel so much bigger than Adelaide, which is 1.3 million, but it really does. And here is the huge shopping center here. I think this place is actually ginormous. And this is where we're going to depart from for our tour. So we're about to head over there, get on the bus, and then we'll be off. Also, I love this type of taxi that they have in Japan. It's the Toyota Comfort. I don't know, there's just something really charming about that taxi. I really like it. Also, definitely a type of car I've never seen once in Australia. So it's really surprising how very common they are around Japan. It would actually be a decent meta, were it not for the fact that we already have low cam everywhere. Okay, how many vending machines do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Hello everyone. So we're at a Japanese servo right now, or a service area. We have a lot of these just on the highways, just as like a rest stop. You can go to the toilet. They usually have like, you can eat like lunch and stuff. And a lot of the times they also have stores for like local goods. People who are doing road trips and stuff, they can stop by and buy like local souvenirs as well. So it's very nice. This one's a pretty small one. Some big ones would have like food courts and all that, but this one looks like, yeah, it has one like food store and like souvenirs. Oh, I don't know if you can film inside.
Okay, yeah, so we're in Iwamizawa right now. That is the store we were just inside. And this is just like a typical stop-off point, as Amin was saying. Very nice landscape here, I must say. I found it very interesting that the Ainu people are the indigenous population. And they did a bit of farming, but farming was difficult here before they developed the kind of colder climate rices. So basically it was kind of a hunter-gatherer society. And it was only after the Meiji Restoration in the late 1800s that they actually started bringing Japanese people here. So there are 5 million now. In only 150 years they managed to get 5 million people here. Whereas there are only 20,000 roughly Ainu people left in Hokkaido. And just as I was saying this, I've walked up to some of the famous cabbage meta here. If you're not familiar, these ones are the ones that help you guess Hokkaido because they're absolutely everywhere on Hokkaido and Sakhalin. But it's actually crazy, guys. These are everywhere on this island. Like literally as you pull up on the plane, they line the side of the runway. It's actually crazy. And do you guys also kind of see what I mean about the trees kind of looking Russian? But they just kind of look very cold climate, which I mean makes sense. We're at a similar like latitude to Vladivostok or something like that. So we've made a stop out here in Furano. Furano, like Sapporo, is a name derived from the Ainu language. And we've got this whole awesome valley out here with huge mountains in the background, about 1.5 thousand meters high. And you can see the town there. This is the place that we just ate. We had lunch up there. That was delicious. More of like a Western style meal. And this is like connected to a winery. And actually, because it's kind of this hilly kind of valley climate, there is a whole wine region out here now. I doubt it's the best wine, but apparently they combine it with wild grapes out here to give it like a really interesting taste. This is another place where you can tell it just must snow so much during the winter because look at these road lines, they're all faded. Here we are in Nakafurano and we're at Farm Tomita. which is a flower farm out here. So apparently what happened is they brought lavender here after World War II and they tried to grow it as an industrial crop. It wasn't successful because they couldn't grow it cheaply enough here. And so for that reason, all of them went out of business except for this one. And this one only really survived because it was featured in some calendar. And then people realized it was such a beautiful spot and people started coming here. And now apparently it gets 1 million people a year, which is pretty crazy for an island with a population of only 5 million. But yeah, you can definitely tell it's a tourist center when you have that many vending machines in a row. It's kind of crazy. You already know your boy got this lavender cone ice cream. It's looking nice. It's looking nice. Let's give it a go. That's interesting. The lavender flavor is only slight. I gotta say, it definitely tastes good. I'm not really sure what exactly that tastes like. It's tasty though. I don't think we have bees this big in Australia. Look at him. Really huge. Just got some nice photos with the flowers, but now I'm gonna sneak away from the tour group. We're gonna go find some metas, okay? Guys, I just left the spot and you really do not have to walk far to find metas in Hokkaido. So here we have the northern Gaiawaya, which is found in the northern half of Japan and in Shikoku. Then if we turn our attention up here, we also have the Hokkaido Unique Plate, which has 2 long lines of text, and it's actually kind of longer than the normal plate elsewhere in Japan. And then if we turn our attention here, we've got the bollards, and these ones actually been extended out. So for example, this one you can see in the background here, that one is the normal bollard, and then you twist the top out here, and then it comes out to be a tall bollard for when it's snowing. Could I actually put this one down at all? Yeah, if I swiveled it, I could put it down, but I won't do that. And of course, to cap it all off, we have absolutely everywhere the classic fuki, the sakhalin and Hokkaido cabbage. And of course, you know your boy had to walk a little bit for these snow arrows, which point down to the road. And these ones are only found in Hokkaido, so one of the nicest metas for sure. And yeah, guys, it's super tranquil here. What a beautiful day. I love this place, man. Also, one other thing about Hokkaido, which I didn't really know, but has become completely apparent to me since I've arrived here, is that there are hardly any Western tourists here. So if you don't really like following all the rest of the tourists, I'd highly recommend coming here. Of course, there are still many Chinese and Korean tourists, but I think I saw like a total of 2 white people the entire time I've been here. One other interesting thing I've noticed about Hokkaido is that you often have these like kind of very Polish looking houses with the dormer in the roof like that. At least it's definitely true that there's more Western influenced houses here in Hokkaido than elsewhere in Japan. I'm gonna cheekily cross this bridge, which doesn't really have a pedestrian side, but I really want to show you the guardrail meta up ahead. I'm gonna have to be really quick here, guys, but this little set of arrows here on the side of guardrails is exclusive to Hokkaido as well. One other quick meta that I've observed in Hokkaido is that the kind of pole always runs down the middle of the sign in Hokkaido for these normal traffic signs, whereas in some parts of Japan it goes like either left or right, so that's actually quite useful as well, I would say. And then also you normally get these generic pole tops which don't really have anything special about them. They don't have like a cone at the top or any particular pattern. So actually really Hokkaido is one of the easiest places in the world to guess. As soon as you know these metals, you'll be golden, for real, for real. I just did a quick Google search. Apparently, the stalk of the fuki, which is this plant we're looking at right here, is actually edible. I don't want to disturb polite company, but if I get the chance, I will sneak off at the next stop and give it a try. Okay, so before we leave, I feel like a drink. I'm gonna have this one here. So yeah, basically it just has the price. You feed in the coins here, easy enough. And then everything that you have enough money to afford will light up, which of course includes this one here. Now, I always get the wrong one, so let me press it correctly here. That's correct. And then it comes down the bottom here. You grab the drink. And then also we have a bunch of tens inside here. You can collect up. And there you have it, that easy. Okay, so we've traveled a little bit north of Fugano, and now we are in Biei, which is a region with a huge agricultural sector, and as you can see, it is like very nice and rolling landscape with those same mountains to the north in the background. So this place is really beautiful, I think. Discovering that my phone has this feature where I can add notes to photos is crazy. Dude, it's goated. Here we have another Hokkaido meta, which is the iconic kerosene tanks. Now, I always knew it as a geoguessr meta, but actually on the bus they were telling us about these, and apparently the tankers that go ahead and fill these up carry 499 liters, and the reason is because you need a particular license to carry more than 500 because it's considered a danger. So they all just carry 499 liters, which is such a bureaucracy moment, but kind of hilarious. But yeah, they fill these up, then you heat the house with it, and obviously it's kind of necessary up here in the north, whereas in the south of Japan you won't find them. And this one over here is actually the typical design that you would see, which kind of looks like a claymore mine. So that's what the nickname was in the geoguessr community. Okay, so here is a bunch of fuki, which is, as I said, very, very easy to find. And I'm wondering which one would be good for eating. Let's just pull this one up. Yeah, there we go. So, I don't know if you're meant to cook it or anything. I don't think so. I gave it a quick Google. I think I'll give it a go now. Okay, zigzag, trying some Hokkaido cabbage, some succulent cabbage on camera. Let's give this a go. I will swallow it, but I won't eat much. Oh. No, it will have a little bit here. Oh. It does taste edible, so I will swallow it. Swallowed it. So, it has a bit of a very strong bitter taste, as you might expect. It also kind of tastes like celery, which makes sense because it does kind of have the similar texture of celery, and it got caught in my teeth the same way. And there is something else. I'm just trying to think of it. Maybe a slight, like, aniseedy taste. I can imagine if you cook that up and put it in something, it could taste quite nice because there is actually a pleasant flavor as well as the kind of extreme bitterness.
Like I said, kind of tastes poisonous.
Okay, I'm just realizing that that's actually not meant for eating, raw at least. It is fine cooked, but there is something that's bad for your liver in it raw. We'll see. We'll see what happens to me. I am considering inducing vomiting, which does not sound like a pleasant thing at all to do.
YouTube grind, man.
YouTube grind, what'd I do for you guys?
For the views. Do it for the fans.
Google immediately said yes, and I just didn't consider that would probably mean cooked. Huh, we'll see. In the meantime, while we figure out whether I'm gonna get sick or not, here we have some really quite European looking houses. Like, this is not typical Japan, apart from the metal roof, which is much more of a northern Japanese thing. And then out this direction we have some cool terraced farms as well. It's really nice here. Okay, we've arrived at the next location. Little health update. I am feeling fine. I do not feel any negative impacts from the thing yet, beyond any like mild placebo or something like that. So I think I'm good. We'll find out. Okay guys, so here we are at the Blue Lake, and Liam's gonna tell us what the tour guide told us because he's scientifically minded.
It's a colloidal suspension of aluminium hydroxide particles, and the sunlight reflecting off of it creates this blue color.
Well, there you have it. And actually, we got the backdrop of the mountains here as well. There's no wonder this is such a tourist spot. It's quite beautiful. Also, the camera doesn't really show how blue this water is. It really is like kind of that glacial kind of feeling, crystal blue water. I'm quite curious what these like big stone blocks are. Like, I would assume that they're something to do with like the industry that was here before, but like coal mining or something, but I'm really unsure. Here's another angle on the lake. And one thing I noticed over here, guys, is that we appear to have some larches, these kind of upward facing branches on the tree in the middle of the screen there. Those ones, I believe, only grow in Asia, or at least I don't think I've ever seen one in Australia. They're actually a good meta for Eastern Russia because they only grow east of the Urals. So kind of an interesting one, and it does not surprise me that we see them here on Hokkaido. So from Sunagawa, thank you very much for watching the vlog. And that is about it. Off the boys go. Thank you, Amin and Liam, for the explanations a few times there. And yeah, guys, thank you very much for watching the video. I'm feeling fine after the weed eating, so that's at least something. And we're gonna go enjoy some sushi tonight. I fly out back to Tokyo tomorrow, and then tomorrow night over to Australia. So thank you very much for watching. If I haven't already, I'll probably do a stream where I go through the rest of my travel photos because I mostly didn't vlog. But yeah, guys, thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you guys in a video very soon. Till next time.